Good afternoon. Hope you're picking me up okay. I got the air conditioner running on full blast it's about 7 feet from my head. It's in the ceiling. If I had not screwed up and lost my family inheritance, I would have bought myself a diesel pusher with ducted air conditioning. Also don't have my ears on. New hearing aids are kind of bugging me. I gotta go get those things. Gotta go get some help with those. I need too much help. I hate it. I'd like to do more on my own. Well, I told you I was going to tell you about the Sunlakes Republican Party visit. First of all, it's enough to give one hope. Second of all, there is no hope. I mean, this stuff is a done deal. Our government, that thing that you think in D.C. that rules over us all, that's not our government. Our government's over in Europe. The bankers own this country. They run us. They own everything, including you and me. They run this nation. And that's all that matters is what they want. And right now they want to do a war. Why? Because they don't want us waking up and declaring our inheritance, our rights to the monies which they have stolen from us fraudulently. And at this point, because most of us don't know what's going on, and there's so many of us, and there's so much debt there, that they benefit if they get to kill a bunch of us off. It's just the way it is. So they kill us off, we die intestate, no will or last testament, and of course because we fail to do it under the right heading, if you will, we don't even understand the alphabet today. So talk about minding one's P's and Q's. You don't have them to begin with, so don't even try. No, I can't tell you I don't understand that stuff. I just know it's there. I know that they've created these systems based upon fraud, and I know it's just like everything else in the news is all on fraud, and the central government, it's a fraud. That's not our government. That's just a shit show. That's just the play. All the world is the stage, and you and I are being played. You more so than me. Perhaps I'm the bigger fool here, but at least I know I'm being fooled. So, with that in mind, I want to tell you about three of the candidates that I got these flyers on. Okay, the first one, Andrew Gould, quite a gentleman. I know all y'all think I'm a white supremacist or some bullshit like that. I think he's an Hispanic gentleman. Son of a bitch is so qualified. I mean, hands down, he deserves your vote no matter what party you're in. This guy is incredible. I mean, he has experience like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, he gives me great hope. I'd like to have him. I think you folks in Arizona ought to have him. I'm not a resident of this state. I'm in Alaska. I vote in Alaska. This state is far more corrupt than Alaska is, that's for sure. It shouldn't even be a state, it should be a territory. But it was nice to go and visit what was going on. So this is the guy you want to get. Andrew Gould. All right, I met him, shook his hand, and I asked him if he would take care of defending the new Arizona militia all the way to Supreme Court. The gentleman told me, he's a retired Supreme Court justice in the state of Arizona. That's just part of his qualifications. He told me he would have no problem taking it to the Supreme Court and winning. I like that. Now, another one, Maricopa County Attorney, Gina Godbe here. Pretty cool, Godbe here. I talked with her about her name. I know it's trivial bullshit and all that stuff. She mentioned about not being as young as what she looks and all that. She's a mature lady, that's all I can say. I'm not going to say anymore. She's a married woman, and I want to be respectful and honorable. Remember, we gentlemen support the families. That's all there is to it. She is kind of cute, though, I got to admit that. I like her smile. I loved her presence and her presentation. This is a calling for her. And I really think that she would really do quite a good job. I mean, we wouldn't have any more prosecutorial misconduct, even though I think the legal system is screwed up because they're taking statutory pleas and not common law pleas. And I don't even understand what I'm talking about when I tell you that. It takes an attorney to sort that out. That's why you want to read Stamper's book, fruit from a poisonous tree with a blue cover. You want that. And by the way, the color blue, you know why police should get rid of those black uniforms? Because the color blue, and not that dark navy blue bullshit, that midnight blue that is black as far as I'm concerned. Blue is naturally poisonous color in nature. And so it meant you didn't screw around with the guy because he'd kill you. Well, sadly, these goons today think they can get rid of that too much. So I like her quite a bit. I think she's handled some criminal cases that I could not have handled. I don't even want to see the evidence. I mean, it takes some balls to do that. Gina Godbe here. What a wonderful name. What a beautiful name. Okay, here's another one. I got her stuff, and I listened to her carefully. The lady speaks with a bit of an accent, and I know some of you folks out there claim I'm anti-Semitic as well. Well, you don't even know what a Semite is, so don't bother with that. But I will tell you this, that she served in the Israeli Defense Forces. That's what she told us. Name is Sapir. I think I got that right. Really young woman. Was there with her children. Dressed pretty modern, pretty stylishly. I don't think she's even middle-aged yet. She's very young. A lot of spit and fire in her. Definitely got the right priorities. Oh, I don't really care for anybody that's been in the Israeli Defense Forces overall, but she's basically the enemy of my enemy, which are these libtards that are in office right now. And all those people, she's running for, what is it? Superintendent of Public Education for the state of Arizona, replacing that weird-looking chick that came out of Oregon. That super liberal that's been, she's guilty of educational abuse, child sexual abuse, and should be put in prison for the pornography she exposes your children to in Arizona. I don't have any children, but I still don't like them doing that stuff. And this lady's got fire in her belly, folks. I mean, she'll get the job done. She'll do a really good job. Now, I'd like to see the whole system just fired, just gotten rid of. But, I mean, I could live with her. I could live with it, with her up at the top of it. I think that's the case anyway. What I recommend is returning to the Little Red Schoolhouse, where you have all these different age groups in the class, and you don't have to stick it out for a full year, that you get graduated by your teachers when you've mastered the subjects and your teachers pass you. So you can get out of school at age 14 and go to college. I think these schools are just another form of prisons. And what made us great was the creative minds that we nurtured and groomed and educated. Oh, groomed isn't a good word anymore, but that's right. Okay. Yeah, well, we reared a better child back then that was stronger, had a more intact ego, and we didn't hold them back, which is what all this education stuff today is about, is holding them back and dumbing them down in political, public, and liberal indoctrination. I hope she wins. Now, the big deal, and where I will, I'm going to do a short video on that completely separate, but I would like to tell you more. Andy Biggs, Congressman Andy Biggs was there. I don't know. He impressed me as being another, sorry folks, I don't know how else to say it, a bit of a politician. But he's sharp and he thinks well on his feet. I think he does a good representation. I think unfortunately he's stuck thinking that there's different parties when there really is just one party at this point. Now, why did that just dim down? Did my light go out on me? I detected the light dimming, but that's all right. Yeah. Where is that? Oh, the screen up front. That's what's doing that. Got my light back. Okay. Don't want to go in the dark too much here, folks. So the screen's got an automatic power cut off. I don't have much, folks, hope for any of these governments. All of our governments are corporate governments. They're all underneath the Vatican. The Vatican's the big vulture system. It's the Antichrist system. That's been around for a couple hundred years easy, maybe longer. And in case you're wondering, Simon Magus, Simon the Sorcerer of Acts, I believe it's chapter 8. You guys get confused between him and Simon Peter. And it's easy to get confused because Simon Peter, P-E-T-E-R, is different than Simon Petar, P-E-T-A-R. Excuse me. I had a little bit of a snack. A puppy dog let me eat. She's got to drive and she's not leaving me alone much. But she's resting right now and I'm grateful for it. She is definitely more of a handful than my last Belgian-German mix. I forgot what that one was like. Yeah, and this one's not housebroken. I thought she'd be housebroken, but she's not, so I get the joys of doing that too. This place is definitely going to need new carpet. I'll pay for it. I just hope I can get a good job done with a nice thick pad. Actually, I'd like to get rid of the carpet. I'd like to put down something I can keep clean. Something I can sweep off. Anyway, I'm getting carried away and I forgot where I was. Oh! Simon Magus, Simon Petar, P-E-T-A-R. He's pretty important. You see, Simon Peter, P-E-T-E-R, never made it to Rome. Do you realize what that means? That means that all y'all who think you founded that Roman Catholic Church and had Simon Peter as your first bishop of Rome, you got deceived. Your first bishop of Rome was Simon Petar, P-E-T-A-R. He was a Mesopotamian priest in the penis religion. Peter. Yeah, I know, it's a little too close, it's a little too obvious. And if you read about him carefully, you will read the adjectives upon which he is described, his character is described. And those are gall and bitterness. Now, what other character in the entire Bible is associated with those descriptors, gall and bitterness? I suggest you look it up. That's an important one for you. No, I'm not doing your homework for you. Not this time. You go dig up the concordance and look it up. I'm going to tell you this, though. There's only one other character in the whole Bible. And you need to realize that that spirit is in Simon Petar, the first bishop of Rome. And there's a statue to him. And there's a couple of statues. One was to the unnamed God. That's in another New Testament book. But more importantly, there was a statue to him in the Tiber River. One in Rome, and it says he is God. Yeah, weird dude. And you guys started your Roman Catholic Church on him. Not only that, but I guess he got crucified, and he didn't feel he was up to the case, or he figured that he would cheat y'all and go real fast. I don't know. You figure it out. So he convinced everybody that he needed to be crucified upside down. A lot less suffering, a lot faster death. Not the same as being strung up right side up and taking your time, gasping, breath, and all that. I know you folks are celebrating Easter, which basically is Ishtar, the goddess Ishtar, another syncretism. I can't pronounce the word properly. I don't usually talk it, I usually read it. Another time in which the Catholic Church integrated another religion into their catechism, if you will. I don't mean to knock you Catholics out there. We're all in trouble at this point. We're definitely in this all together. The fact is that you're good people. The vast majority are good people. It's the company, if you will. It's the system. It's your administration that's the problem. We'll get into that more as time goes on. I didn't plan on talking about Simon the Sorcerer. Simon the Sorcerer was a pretty bad dude. And there was a fellow named Dr. Ernst Martin. I've been in touch with his widow, Ramona, for some time, and she continues to sell his books. They're excellent books, a little bit different perspective, real different perspective, well researched. I question some of it. I haven't had time to read it. I haven't even bought all the books, but they're pretty heady books. And he covers the crucifixion of Christ, crucifixion of Yahshua. Anyway, folks, we're supposed to celebrate the Passover. I don't know what to tell you. They gave us an alternative Jesus. They gave us the great delusion. And the sad thing is that a lot of you, I can't bust out of it. I ask you to read the Bible as a law history book. That's the best description of it. I just learned a couple months ago from an older brother. And prior to that, we called it a history book. But I think it's a law history book, and you really can learn a lot from it. And remember the two things that Yahshua the Messiah said. Be not deceived, and hold your ground. So I'm going to cover this next segment in a separate video just to keep it separate, because it's got to draw a lot more attention than this one for specific reasons.